if you knew anyone that was like really sick in like January or February, which like my brother and dad, they lived together, and my brother got super sick.
I heard of
so did
somebody
my
that
dad.
had it in December.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, that's when I need my life. Oh, really? Well, where was it? It was under the bench. Yep, right over there under the bench. Yeah. You know? I mean, why not wear it for a little? Why? I just don't understand. When you have to rescue someone, they're not wearing a life jacket. The people who are wearing a life jacket, they're easy to rescue.
It was insane. But there's nothing, like, if we weren't there to pull him out, he wouldn't have gotten out. It was that bad of weather, so we had to take the chance. We had to.
You were aware enough to go, hey, something's wrong over there. Look around.
Let's put it more centered between us. All right. Awesome. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
That's a little bit better setup, I'm not going to lie.
No, this feels good.
Yeah.
This feels real good. It does. I like it. Feels calm.
Oh, yeah.
Relaxed. Let's do another just quick cheers. Just to... Oh, you know what?
Feels calm.
Let's be smart here. All right. There we go. These
Heineken and Cokes really treat me well.
Heineken and Coke.
Right?
We were a little worried. Not gonna lie. You're like, Heineken and Coke. I'm like, how does that go together? Is he bringing Coke? Like, no. Anyways, so before I introduce you two, just real quick, I wanted to apologize to viewers the 4 viewers that I have, but it's fine. To you viewers, I apologize. With the death in the family, kind of threw me off a little bit, and then my computer crashed. Just got all the parts to build a new one. We're going to get that online as soon as possible. This is going to be my first video put out since that happened. So I'm at this time, I'm working on the next pronghorn video. It should be out soon, I promise. It's a good one. We found a poached elk. Well, we thought it was a poached elk at the time. I think I told you this story, right? I think I told you?
Yep.
It's like right when we met is when this happened. It's a good video, promise. It wasn't a poached elk, but anyways, we'll show you in the video. I have so my plans for upcoming videos. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these podcasts. Jay's a cool guy. Rush is a cool guy. We're going to do a lot more podcasts between the two of them. I know a lot of other guys. Nick Barta, my brother Nick Camp. I can't think of the word right now. Wow, I'm horrible. A fish and game guy that lives out in Lavina. I'm going to get him on the podcast at some point, and we're going to go from there. So we also got a whole bunch of hunting and fishing videos. We got some challenge fishing videos with Rush that we're going to be doing here at some point. My brother and I are going on a bear hunt, and we're going to be doing some solo elk hunting and deer hunting this year. It's exciting. Can't wait. So real quick, I wanted to just say what my ultimate goal with this channel is. I want to show people my love for adventures and fun and family and my friends and hunting and fishing and all this stuff. I want to share it with the world and use that love to work with charities around the world and try to build something that we can be proud of, I guess, at the end of the day. And ultimately show people the beauty of this world. There's so much beauty in there's a lot of chaos, but there's beauty too. And if you can find that beauty you can find that flower in the dump. There's a flower out there, but you got to search for it. Yep. Without further ado, I want to introduce you to the two people here, and let's start with Rush. What do you think?
Yeah,
right.
So Rush Voorhis Outdoors. Rush, tell us about yourself.
Well, my name's Rush. I'm never in a hurry. Pretty lazy. I have a serious problem with ADD, and I like to procrastinate a lot more than I probably should. But yeah, I'm Rush. I have a YouTube channel in Montana for the last 4 years. We try to do not daily, but weekly, bi-weekly uploads for the most part, and we just try to have fun with it. So that's what I do. I have a small little production company called Rush Force Productions. I do camera work, sound, lighting, all sorts of stuff. So
You know something I haven't really asked you in all the years I've known you? Your childhood, man. Can you tell me about your childhood a little bit? That's like a loaded question. I don't know, but
I mean, I spent a lot of times in the woods, you know, like just straight up miles in the footsteps, you know.
Did you?
Like, probably not a lot of kids got to experience like the grass and the trees, you know, as much as I did for the most part. But I mean, I spent the majority of my childhood like on the Yellowstone, like in a jet boat. So,
wow, didn't change much.
It hasn't changed much at all. There really is no reason to leave, you know? Like,
we're done with Rush. I mean, nothing's changed with him.
Just kidding. I'm sure Jay can attest to that. I mean, running on a jet boat in Yellowstone is a magical experience.
It is.
Like, when I say magical, I'm not talking about, like, you know, fairy tale magical. Like, just magical in every aspect of the word. So, but yeah, no, I'm Rush. That's what I do. That's kind of what I've done. Yeah.
We'll get back to it.
We'll get back to it. I mean, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to find out. You just got to enjoy.
Outstanding.
Enjoy the show.
Every day. Every day. If not every third day.
Every day. Once a day, every day, if not every third day.
Yeah. So we have Jay Nichols.
Hi.
On my right here. Jay Nichols. I met you. I'm making a video for you to promote your dog Sebastian. Can you tell us about you and Sebastian a little bit?
Sebastian and I are Nichols K9. We're a bomb dog team. We look for explosives, and we're a highly trained and motivated team to, you know, keep America safe, one sniff at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm an avid outdoorsman who boats the Yellowstone weekly, you know, up and down it in a jet boat, and met Rush on the river a few years ago.
You two are just two peas in
jet boating.
I don't know how. It's funny how the world kind of brings people in and out. I don't know. It was weird.
Like,
it was weird.
One of the first things you said when you came in was the world is so small or something like
that. Yeah, it's a small world. How it
small.
comes around. I mean, I met Rush like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago on the river.
Dude, that's how
on the Yellowstone as a
one of those days where like not a lot of people.
You've known Rush almost as long as I have.
I've known you longer than I've known you.
Really? Seriously?
For sure.
Wow, really? Because I met no.
2015.
Yeah, it was right then. Yeah.
Beat that.
we met in 2000. No, sorry, not trying to one up you. But we met in like 13.
Oh, you met Jay in 13?
No, we met in 13. Because it was my third year in.
How funny.
My third year in Billings, and that would have been 13. So, no offense. Sorry, Jay. I don't mean to beat ya.
What'd you do with that? That's that round disc thing.
It's over here, eh?
Oh yeah.
No, we got it. Yeah. Where's that lighter? Where's the lighter?
Oh my
Never mind, we don't got it.
Nope.
Huh?
Round disc thing.
I guess we'll go. Sorry, guys.
Nah, I got you, dude. Highlighter. It'll work.
Here you go.
Highlighter.
Oh.
There you go.
Give her a go. Give her a buck.
You don't want the highlighter.
I don't know. Jay, what's the golden ratio?
Oh, keep going.
Half and half. So we got.
No, it's about. Yeah, no, a little more.
Show the camera. Show the camera.
Oh, she's getting showed.
Oh, right about there. Yep. Now add a little Coke. Right there.
So about 3/4 Heineken.
Yeah, and then you
then
got
the last quarter is
just
Coke.
a little bit. Yep. Oh, that's perfect.
It's like a twisted tea. I tell you.
By the way, everybody out there, this is really good. We're gonna have a fun podcast because this is too good. This is too good.
Well, yeah, no, Jay and I met. I mean, it was a gorgeous day out. I think there's something wrong with the boat. I'm not quite sure.
Right? No, I might have. No, yeah.
But I really only remember the conversation that we had afterwards. Right. You know, because like we had assisted each other, or something happened on the river, and like we, you know, like guided each other, kind of like back to the boat ramp.
Yep.
Made sure everyone was like safe and okay, and then it was just a good, you know, it was a good experience.
Oh, right.
It was a good river experience.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It's always fun to meet nice people. What, you know?
Yes.
Down to earth people like that that'll help you out on a dime. You know,
right.
Even though they're busy, they took their time to go out, and they only have a few hours to go and do this, and they stop what they were doing to help you.
Oh, right.
Like, that's a cool thing.
No, that's a Montana thing.
Yeah, it's a Montana thing.
Just,
it is.
Ironic that there was two like river rats, you know, like
right,
you know,
come
like,
together.
Two river rats. They were just like, you know, like.
That's what river rats do.
It was like, you know, I still have your phone. My phone is J Colorado .. parentheses Captain Loco.
Right.
And then
right.
it's
That's my
Captain Puff-Puff,
nickname. Right.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
It is. Cheers.
So I asked Rush about your childhood, or his childhood. May I ask you about yours?
Well, I grew up in California and Colorado, and it's and exploring
California and Colorado.
Yes. So my parents would live in California, and then we'd go back and play hockey.
Oh, so you go back and forth as you were growing up. It
Oh,
wasn't like 10 years here and 10 years. Oh, it was like
no, yeah,
interesting.
because it was fun, and my
cool.
parents were able to do that, and so it was super cool. And then outdoors galore. And then being able to whitewater raft for like 38 years. I've rafted tons of rivers, tens of thousands of miles. And the Colorado River, the whole thing from top to bottom. And just out of a dare, okay, I'm going to go do that, And so I did it. Yeah. I like running big water. It's super fun.
Go off that cliff. Okay. I dare you.
If it's a whitewater rafting, I'm all in. Because there's those of us who come to look at the rapids, and then those of us who are going to run the rapids. And I was always the one who was going to run the rapids, and I did. Yeah. It didn't matter. I don't care how big they were. I mean, if you have people around you, we're all going to work together and get through it. But in big water, huge water, it doesn't matter. We're all good. Yeah. And so life's and I'm not afraid of it, but I respect it a lot. And like the river here, jet boating it's a super amazing experience when you're out there doing it safely. A lot of people have bad experiences. I've talked to like 4 or 5 people recently that have had super bad experiences out on the river. And it's a tough thing, it is dangerous. But if you're not up there reading the river and looking at it and learning about it, I think there's a lot to know and learn. And, the general population can learn a lot.
This ties into you wanting to make videos, informational videos about how to read jet boat rivers. And we could also do that with whitewater rafting too.
Oh, you bet.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's super fun. And we'd go up and run the Gallatin and, take my cataract up there. And it's, I have a 16-foot NRS 16-foot cataract. Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're going to get wet.
I'm already wet.
And you can fly fish while we're running the rapids.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, it's so much fun.
Oh, we're down.
Oh, why not?
I know we're down.
Why not?
You got his button right
I mean,
there.
I used to have a fly fishing set up, but we can hook it up and you can sit on the back and it's so awesome. We can fly fish it. Right?
So I forgot to start the timer. How far do you think we were in there? 5 minutes?
We're 15 minutes into the recording.
Well, that started early, didn't it? Yeah, whatever. So, just so I know.
But yeah, no, I have a lot of river experience and a lot, search and rescue experience. And now having a bomb dog, it's amazing. I've worked with animals a lot.
Tell us more about Sebastian.
Sebastian's a Dutch Shepherd, 3-year-old, and super highly trained, highly motivated dog. And he is a machine that just will not stop working. That dog wants to search, wants to please. He just loves the game of life. And doing that, he is awesome at what he does. We train super hard. We train, 40 hours a week just to be ready to work for 1 hour. Right? We train. Maybe not. We might train for a month straight.
But you're hanging out with your dog. It's all just fun, right?
I'm putting out hides. I'm putting out the game. We are playing the game of life. And again, it's an all reward. He doesn't know we're looking for a bomb. He knows if he finds that smell that Coke candy gives you, if he finds that smell, bam, he gets that reward. And that's what he wants to do.
He's looking for treats.
Right. And it's all love and praise.
He's looking for that towel.
Right.
He doesn't get treats.
When you guys see the towel,
but it's the same kind of thing. It's a reward.
He's
right, no, it is a reward.
Exactly.
And he just goes nuts. I mean, that's just the joy of life is watching him work. When you're watching him and you're going through a building and you're searching it and you're just working with your dog and confidently knowing what he's doing and knowing that he's on it. I mean, I don't care what the smell is. when we
Some
train,
coffee.
okay,
That's how you
Go, there's some coffee up there.
my
Go get
goodness.
some real quick.
There
Yeah,
He-
it's up there.
he had
There's
too
creamer
many.
in the fridge,
He
too.
had too many Heinekens and Cokes.
No, yo, keep it going, bro.
No, that's fine.
No, don't stop it.
It's not stopping. It's just the screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we're still good. We're gonna keep talking, but you're gonna get coffee at the same time.
Oh, now we don't get the screen.
It just says battery.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. You were telling me though about Sebastian chasing down some big dude, like 200 plus dude, and taking him down. Like,
Oh,
right? What was that?
when we trained as in our bite sessions, when he would train, we would send the bad guy away. They disagree with us. Oh, here he comes.
Get him go.
Yeah, dude.
Don't worry, we got that.
Shazam! Welcome back.
All right. Sorry, tell us.
So, and then when the bad guy gets to running, you let him get a little further away. And Sebastian is, when he knows it's the bad guy, he knows how to take him down and literally flip that 280-pound guy over head over heels.
Damn.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. On point. Yeah, I mean, Dad Run, that dog is amazing. Yep. It's like
He seemed like he's so playful. It's hard to even picture him doing something mean.
Oh.
But you see how when he is playful, you see how powerful he is, and you wouldn't want to mess with that dog.
oh no, and play is a different thing with a dog like that. You know, play when
Exactly when
Right.
they go mean, well, not mean, but when they go dangerous, let's say, it's
right.
another level probably.
Oh no, you have to turn that on in a dog like that. He
But
would
it's
never.
even more than what we saw when he was playing.
Oh,
he
he's
goes
strong as ever. No, he
Because
is.
he's strong when he's playing, so it's,
Oh
it's
no,
scary to
he's
see it.
strong. Oh yeah, no, that's
Damn.
nothing compared.
I'm definitely showing some video right now as we talk of him playing, and you all go, "What the what?"
Right? No, he can. He is strong as ever. That is a body of machine right there. He is high. I mean, we exercise we do about 15 miles a week probably of exercise. Just him running intensely, running. I mean, and physically motivated. He can jump a 6-foot fence without looking at it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's just.
I mean,
second
up and
nature,
up
just
and
does
over.
it.
No,
Yeah,
right,
just
up
does
and
it.
over.
Crazy. Crazy.
No, and I look at him and I go, oh my.
Naturally.
Now I gotta go. Right, you gotta follow your dog, and so you gotta. Then you gotta get over it, Daddy. And he looks at me, come on, Dad. No, it's awesome. No, he is an athlete. That machine, he is a machine that is an athlete, unstoppable. That machine is, but the most loving dog you could ever meet. You could put your baby next to him, pull his tongue out, and have him on his ear, and the dog will sit there and look at him and be like, "It's okay,"
It's okay.
because it's all a game. Remember, everything is a game.
Yeah,
You
everything's.
don't turn the game on, then it doesn't. In life too.
And they're pretty smart too, like they animals know
he knows.
babies and like they
Well,
know a bunch of stuff.
My dog knows when he's working,
Yeah.
so you put the vest on him, and then he's working. You take the vest off, and he's a dog. Right, And
Yeah,
so,
it was really fun to watch him when he was rewarded. He wouldn't quit playing until you went and did the one thing that, like, you went out.
oh right.
You went out and secluded him from everybody else. And what'd you do?
Right.
Did you put him in his kennel? What'd you do?
Oh no! I just motivate him, and and
But
I
you had
can,
to bring, like, he couldn't be with everybody else. Like, he's
Oh,
still
no.
playing. Everybody's still, all the energy is there where he's like, yeah, I won.
right, right. No,
So you had to, like, take him
and
away
it's
from
just
that?
kind of the way we train, and so he gets that reward, and he is just again so happy, and it's all the game, and so if you make that scent that worthwhile, then you are gonna find it every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that desire to find it and consistency. So he finds it, he gets that reward, and it's crazy. I'm not kidding you. And so if we're out looking, and you got to think, okay, we found one bomb. If we're looking for an explosive, and we find whatever that is, explosive, and then so we will back out, give the reward, and then we
You can
will,
hear that.
and then we will, and then go take care of that, and then we can go in and go further and look for the next if there's anything else around that.
Yeah.
But if we're out in the field, we give the reward a different way. And take him away and then give it to him.
Yeah.
And so that way he understands that he knows you find that smell.
Well, it's an important thing because if he's not rewarded that way, then he might pass something up like.
Oh wait! Oh no! Right?
But when he's so happy
Right.
when he gets that, it's cool to watch, man.
It is amazing, and to work with him and know when your animal is on point, and he really wants to please, and he really wants to work hard. He won't stop working. When we search the arenas, he does.
He was bleeding.
Oh,
Because
right.
he was tearing that towel and he was bleeding.
Oh,
he was
no.
just like, I don't care, let's go, let's keep going.
Oh no! But that's the reward.
Yeah.
So he doesn't. He doesn't chew a lot of toys.
Let's
at
be
home.
clear, his gums were bleeding. He didn't hit him.
Right. No,
he was
he's
tearing
just-
the towel and it was bleeding.
Yeah, he's just right. Yeah. He's just so vicious and into it.
Yeah,
because
he
he
was.
wants to celebrate, and he's just so excited and happy, and that's the whole thing. And he's just so excited and intense, and happy with it.
You know what that reminds me of is the excitement I see when Rush is catching a fish.
I'm fucking gonna
Dude, I need some video right now so I can show the one person that doesn't watch your videos that watch mine. The one person.
Oh, yeah.
How excited you get when you catch a fish. I love it. I love watching it, man.
And it doesn't matter what it is. No.
Generally not, no.
No.
Whatever you love to do,
Oh.
if you're not getting that excited, as excited as like I see you right now, or
right.
Sebastian when he gets his prize, or when you catch a fish, you're not doing something right. Like
I was
something's
actually
wrong. Something's
editing
off.
the new video, and I was like, damn, I'm getting excited.
Yeah,
with this fish.
it's amazing.
Yeah,
I love the feeling of it.
like super excited. It's weird. It's like I haven't been that excited in a long time, But
Right.
these new fish, it's like, oh hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Even if it's a little baby.
It doesn't
ones,
matter.
it's like, oh,
Well,
hell yeah.
I went
They all
to,
count.
Oh, they all count. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. You're
Right.
not gonna catch a fish. You got a fish. Like celebrate it.
Yeah. The first videos I put out was the Fort Peck videos, and we caught some big. I haven't showed you those.
No.
dude. After we're done here, I'll show you those. Pictures up right here. Anyways,
Shazam!
exactly. Magic.
Does
No.
that little thoughtful thing go?
But so the first videos I put up were these massive 7.5 pound, 11.5 pound rainbow trout.
Oh,
big
nice.
fish.
Nice.
I mean, fish of a lifetime to a lot of people, right?
Right.
But then the next weekend, I went with my buddy to his little favorite spot, and it's not like there's big fish there. There's little tiny fish, but you catch a lot of them. There's a lot of fish.
Right.
And he loves it, and I love the excitement he gets from going there. So I went with him. And
View.
videos are out. You can see them.
Right.
They're both these videos are out. And it took me. We had like 30 minutes left in the day, and I finally caught my first fish. And I was just as excited to catch this little tiny brook trout this big that I was to catch the 7.5 pound
Right.
rainbow a week before. I was just as excited. It was funny. It was crazy. But anyways, is that your battery already?
Well, I was already on one.
Oh. All right. What do we got to do?
No, you're good. Just continue, man.
All right. Cool.
Oh, switch out here in a second.
You okay?
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, how old are you? That's not what I wanted to ask. I'm just curious.
No,
that just came up.
I'm
How old are
53.
you? 53?
Yeah.
Okay. Not coronavirus danger. No.
No. I mean, it's been super.
How is the coronavirus? I mean, it's a topic right now. How is COVID-19 affecting you as on a day-to-day basis?
Just, I think my wife and I are just staying home and more publicly aware, not going out,
Yeah.
going to
Social distancing like we are right now.
well,
right?
yeah, and not not going out except for thinking about our neighbors who are elderly, and looking out for people who are around you. Hey, think about that old person who I see walking by. Now they're not walking by anymore because they're nervous, and go by and see them. I did that the other day, and I mean,
But there's a weird thing. I don't know if this is just what we've been told, like a rumor or not. But you have the disease. Sometimes you have this COVID-19 before you show signs.
right.
So there's the danger of even going and seeing those people because you might have it without even knowing, and you pass it on.
But if
You know,
you
there's
stay a distance at the door,
Yeah,
just
okay.
talk to them
For sure.
You know, and
Yep.
like that's what I did.
But
Hey,
keep this in mind, people that are listening. Keep this in mind. Like keep your elderly neighbors in mind, your family, everybody in mind. Go
Right.
see them, but you don't want to infect them.
right,
you
but
know.
stay away. Just ask
Yeah.
questions. He didn't have anybody who was really helping him. He didn't really know, and he's been sick. I'm like, oh boy, it could be bad. So you just got to be aware. Hand wash. Think about life. Think about, okay, I'm with people, but I can be with people. We don't have to touch and sneeze and hug. And if you are going to cough. Think about it. Wash your hands. That's I mean, but that's what we're doing, and being more proactive. Thinking about ahead. I'm going to go to the store. All right, well, I'll get some of those wipes and do it, and then come home and wash my hands really good.
Can't find any wipes right now.
Right, or
When Montana gets affected, like we found out about this, and a week later, there was no toilet paper, there was no hand wipes, there was no anything in the stores. When Montana gets affected that quickly, because infected is a bit different thing. Affected that quickly is probably a real thing.
Oh yeah.
Montana is so secluded from most of the things that happened in the world that when it happens that quick, you gotta pay attention.
Oh, you
You
bet.
gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
How is it affecting you? Affecting. He's not infected.
Feeling great.
Like I was telling Jay, I was kind of like out of the state. I was out of the state from like February 28th through like March 15th, So I've been kind of like just self-isolating, honestly. Like I've been through Nevada and Utah and Wyoming.
Fishing is a great thing to do right now. Get
Yeah,
away from most
I've
people.
been kind of like I've been through like an infected area, you could call it. So I've just been kind of self-isolating.
They found, I know of at least one person in this county, so we are in
No,
an
five.
Found four.
Last time I heard was one. I don't pay attention to the news.
It's
So
31.
So you guys are telling
cases
me
in
what's
Montana
going on.
so far.
How many?
I think 30. I'll Google it right
30
now.
total. Yeah, let's
31
find this
as
out.
of yesterday. 31 as of yesterday.
31. Damn.
Montana COVID.
Let's find out the up to date. Google it. Like, hey Google.
Oh no.
What's the Siri?
Nah, dude,
Do we have a
listen to
Siri?
Jamie.
Let me put this guy in here. Where's this guy go? Where's this guy go?
Hey DJ, or hit the shutter button and then hit it again, eh? On that.
This one?
Sure.
Is it not going?
There's only a minute left in that recording.
Gave up on the green guy awful quick.
Well, you told me what to do.
Do it again.
I don't know where to put him.
Sorry,
I'm gonna have to hold him here the
sorry,
whole time.
it was gonna be real. It was gonna be
I
real.
put him in for a
I
second.
was kidding. You got him in it. Okay.
Here, put him in your lap.
No, I'm okay.
As of this morning, Montana at 34 COVID-19
34.
cases.
34. Well, 37 tomorrow once we go in.
More confirmed in Gallatin and Yellowstone counties, which doesn't surprise me.
No.
Wait.
I was seeing the map, and it was like Yellowstone, Gallatin, and there was some over in Missoula. But that isn't surprising. Like, I would expect if it to show up in Montana,
I thought it would be quicker than that.
it would be in Billings, Bozeman, and like Missoula, Flathead.
Yeah.
They would, those three spots specifically.
Yeah. No.
It's not surprising.
So how's it? I mean, is it really affecting you at all? Like day to day is really the same.
I mean,
right?
yesterday
most people?
I went ahead and like completely cleaned and sanitized my whole house. I took little Clorox wipes.
Which you should be doing anyways.
No, true, but like
I don't do it either, but
I'm a brute, you know. Like,
Yeah.
So in general, like I'm a pretty strong dude. But no, I mean I have never really sanitized my house with like wipes or whatever. Definitely did that. Went around the doorknobs, you know, just to like make sure and give her, like Jay was talking about, you know, just a precautionary heads up, like, at least I gave her a swipe. You know, at least I gave it a disinfectant try.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to try and prevent. You know,
The good old college try.
all the handles in my house got disinfected. You know, but that's about it. I've been washing my hands a lot. Other than that, you know,
Taking a shower every
there's
day.
really not much you can do. You know,
No, that's important.
I cleaned my bathroom. You know, disinfected that. I mean,
Right.
Mm-hmm. I
Hygiene
even
is
went,
huge,
like, I disinfected my shaver. I've disinfected my
Right.
tweezers, like all that shit, everything.
Right.
Just started disinfecting it. It's kind of
Sounds
feels
smart.
good, to be honest.
I
Even without the virus, it feels good to just do
I was
that
reading
shit.
an article about Montana, or just in general, and it was like, if you knew anyone that was like really sick in like January or February, which like my brother and dad, they lived together, and my brother got super sick.
I heard of somebody that had it in December.
That's what I'm saying. And it was like, they're thinking it's been here for a minute.
And I've been in contact with them
and that
for
makes
months.
sense because they were super sick. And they were like, it's the flu, but it was like, it was bad. It was bad.
Although my friend got the
you know,
It's been here for a
virus
lot
of
longer
the
than we
flu.
thought.
that's what the article was saying. And I was like,
Yeah, I think it has.
I've known people who've been super sick. Like,
I
way
know
beyond flu.
somebody that was working still works in the medical field, and they said that they have all the symptoms. Not still, but they did have all the symptoms.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it didn't just.
And this
it
was
didn't
back
just
December,
show up.
December through beginning of January, and I was playing disc golf with them. I was hanging out with them at bars and stuff, and like, yeah, whatever.
So I thought that was a really interesting article.
It's very interesting because it's been here for a while, and it's not taken over like we think it is gonna do right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's been here for a while, if that's the case. It's been here for months and months.
They were
but it
probably
didn't infect us.
diagnosing it as something else.
Well, like
Right,
my friend had to,
but it's not.
you know,
It can't be as
influenza
bad
A
as what
and
we think
B.
it is, right? Because it's been here for months. And this 2 weeks of panic?
It could have mutated too. Like, it is
I
a
guess.
virus.
Yeah,
And
once
at some
you're
point
right,
in,
you're right.
in the last 5 months, especially if this is a highly contagious, highly fast-moving virus, like, you would think that it might mutate at a slightly higher rate
you're right. It
at
could.
some point.
It totally
you know?
could, yeah. What were you saying?
so it is an aerosol.
Yeah.
So when you like sneeze or anything, it goes even further and it lasts longer on whatever it is that you've coughed or sneezed on.
Right.
And so, like gas pumps, people are getting it from grabbing a gas pump, you know, and then they don't think about it. They get in the car, drive home, and then they're, you know, doing everything.
Well, all these people that went and bought 10 things of hand sanitizer and then left a whole bunch of people without hand sanitizer
Oh, right.
can't use hand sanitizer
Speaking
at
of
the
hand
gas pump.
sanitizer,
Right?
You know what I mean? Yeah, grab that, please. but then, so they can't.
Right.
Really, if they even wanted to, they couldn't. They can't use hand sanitizer before they use it. So then, even people that do use hand sanitizer could possibly contract it.
Uh-oh. What are you doing?
Lysol. I found my Lysol. I had Lysol from a long time ago. I've been looking for it, and I finally found it today. So I'm happy.
Okay.
This is
There
like
we go.
podcast essentials.
All
Right?
right.
Here we go. Here we
Oh,
go.
this is gold right now.
Oh,
Can't
look
use
at
that.
this,
Gotta be
guys.
careful. Gotta be careful.
Right.
Let's go real slow. Like it's like, yeah. Here we go.
Safety
Oh,
first.
still safe. Still safe.
Oh,
Still safe.
Right.
We usually stay safe though, gentlemen, right?
I'll drink
We
to
always
that.
stay
Am I right?
I'll
Hey,
drink
oh,
to
it's
that.
safe.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Happiness. Yeah.
Oh yeah. COVID-19 podcast, loving it.
so
Isolated.
most of my
quarantine.
videos, you'll see a first aid kit somewhere. Always staying safe, baby. Always
safe.
staying safe.
Oh my
I've
god.
been thinking about redesigning some merch for the walleye circuit.
Do it, man.
We'll be fishing the walleye circuit.
Do it.
Oh, I can't
I
wait.
think stay safe might be the.
I love it. I love it, dude. I love it. We'll explain
Great.
stay safe.
Thank you.
We stayed safe right before we came here.
Excellent.
You don't gotta get safe if you're already safe.
If you're already
You
safe.
know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Better back. One time, every time.
So
If not, every third time.
every third time.
Every third time.
I'm gonna ask both of you. Is there a point in your growing up where you read a book or something where it kind of like, wow, that changes my life, or something happened that where it changed your life and made you go in a different direction where you are right now? You know, something.
Oh, go.
Oh, I got one. Eh?
Uh,
I dropped out of college, and
That's your moment?
Well, it was a good one.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
because everything kind of led back to the Yellowstone River. You know, it's funny how it all drains back to the Jellystone and the jet boat. You know,
Right?
because as you can attest to, I mean, there ain't a lot of things better than that.
No, I
You
mean,
don't matter
really.
what kind of partying you want to do in college.
Yeah.
Put someone on a jet boat in the Jellystone going about 30 over about 6 inches of gravel, and that's gonna change their life a little bit.
What's
So I guess my
Well-
entire life it's been being changed and forged by the Yellowstone, and it always draws back to Yellowstone. So dropped out of college, came back here, and I saw a Fishing with Flair video.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like,
With the Goon Squad, right? Goon
Guggen,
Squad?
yeah.
Guggen Squad.
I was
Guggen.
watching
My
all of
bad.
them.
I'm sorry. The Guggen Squad.
and I mean this is back in 2016, and
Goon Squad.
I saw a Flair video. I'm pretty positive it was a Flair video along with a bunch of John B stuff, but saw the video and I was like, listen,
that
man,
guy's
I
good
got a
content.
jet boat. Nobody else is doing anything jet
Do
boat
you know?
affiliated.
You want to hear something? That's watching your videos and watching their videos is what got me into doing this
Well,
too.
it's like once you get into it, it's like you realize that this is like
John B was a big
a
one
whole
too.
new
Yeah.
world. Like once you look through the life behind a camera lens, it's like this is a whole new deal.
Right.
Once
Because
you realize you can make a living doing what you love to do,
it's not even about making a living. It's
but
just
you
about
could
doing it
is the
because,
thing.
like,
Is it like you could though?
It's like you and Sebastian getting. It's like the moment before you say, "Let's go fucking get him." It's the moment before that. Is
Oh,
why
okay.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
video.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
like that's what gets me.
Right.
Yeah,
You know.
no, I get you.
And
It's
like,
that rush.
It's the moment.
It is.
just
I
before.
mean, no.
And
it
it's
is.
like that's what it is. It's like the same with jet boating. It's just like the moment before you go full pin on that, and you're like needing to like do something. It's just like it's adrenaline to the max. You know.
When you're jet boating and you're going along and you see the track you want to take and your boat's not agreeing with you or the river's not agreeing with you or the wind's not agreeing with you and you're giving it to it like and you're coming through and you know there are rocks lined up there and you can't drift over and you're going and you're just having fun and it's just shallow and you
But
just
you got the most confidence in the entire world. You know?
right
But
my
you
motor's
have to.
my
If you
motor's
don't,
not
you're-
going to
you
give
almost
up.
could be screwed because you can get twisted into those rocks. So you
Oh,
have
right.
to have the
confidence.
confidence.
Oh, no, you
Throwing
know.
a giant tin.
Oh yeah,
can
100%.
into-
Your life. You're throwing your life into that.
Right, with the jet boat, I mean, you're all in. When you make a decision to go up through the side channels and stuff, or get stuck, or you're going to hit a rock. I've heard
Really
three
loud, dude, on the table.
people today or this weekend talk about accidents on the river, hitting rocks, hitting sandbars.
Sandbars has been.
Well, see,
I know.
that's
I know.
another
God
thing
that goes and
that,
rescues those guys.
yeah.
It's a good thing because there's a lot. Every year, there's a ton of people that get in situations where if they didn't have a person to rescue them,
Oh, right.
they might be dead.
Last year, Jocelyn and I literally rescued someone in a boat identical to ours. They were in the middle of the river on a gravel bar, 3 of them. They flagged us down, and we drove up to them. And I single-handedly lifted their boat off of the gravel bar and pushed it into the floating water. And then we escorted them back to the little boat ramp. We escorted because they were just so shaken, you know. It was like the same boat and everything.
Right.
But I lifted it off the gravel bar.
And that happens every day,
But that's the thing, though. Like people,
multiple times a day.
the average person, like I've put people in my captain's spot and said, "Go ahead." Like for me, it's not hard.
Right.
But like for someone else, and they look at it when the river's coming this way and the current's coming this way, and you're going that way, like it's a traffic jam like you've never
And
seen before.
then it changes. The next corner, it's completely something different.
Everything.
God, it's just
It's
weird.
completely
It's
different. Every
scary.
corner is something you got to
It
read.
is so easy to put your boat
Yeah.
onto some rocks. Like it's
So-
so easy.
When we were on my very first videos, the Fort Peck videos, I didn't put this in, by the way. I didn't put this in, and I might be
Nick in a
showing
boat?
some
Or-
video right now. I don't know if you're lucky, but
Whoopsie.
it wasn't us. It was a time where there was some really nasty weather, so a lot of people got deterred away from doing their trips, and there was what we saw. Okay, we're on Fort Peck. Fort Peck's huge. It's huge. Usually, you see some boats going around. Like you see, you can see
A
some
boat
boats.
or two.
We saw 2 other boats the entire trip. The entire trip, we were there for 3 days. 2 boats.
Uh-oh.
Did it die?
That one, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna continue.
Go ahead.
We saw 2 boats. One of the boats was a big boat that we saw going in the distance. Like, it was going that way. I was like, cool, you're gone. Like, that was one, okay? The second boat, we saw fishing the shore over here, and we kind of came off the boat ramp, and we came around. We were fishing right off, because it was insanely windy.
Right.
We were fishing right off that point where it wasn't windy anymore. We were kind of going off that edge where it started getting deeper. We were fishing the shallows, fighting. So we're fishing, and all of a sudden, I can't remember. Was it my brother or brother-in-law? I can't remember who it was. We had two different. My brother had a pontoon boat, and that's why we weren't going into the windy shit, because he had a pontoon boat. And my brother-in-law had a jet boat, badass built jet boat. Videos right there. You haven't seen this thing, dude. It is insane. Built it himself. I think he said like 200 or 300 yards of weld on this boat, hand welded boat. Goodness. He did it himself. It's badass. Anyways, it can handle anything, but the pontoon boat. We were kind of limited with that. So, technically 4 boats with the pontoon, but we had 2 of them. So, anyways, we saw this. My brother or brother-in-law saw a boat, that one that was fishing the shore over there, saw that it was kicking up a whole bunch of water. And we're like, I think he might be stuck. Just kicking up water, but not moving. So we went over there, and he is so lucky that the pontoon boat wouldn't have pulled that out. He was stuck on like a clay sandbar kind of a thing.
Yes,
but it was clay.
Mud?
Yeah, it suctioned his boat to it because he was going so fast and hit it. He was so far into it that it suctioned his boat and he couldn't move. He couldn't go anywhere. He is insanely lucky that my brother-in-law had his badass jet boat. If it was a propeller boat, it was too shallow right there. He couldn't have even backed up into that spot. It was so shallow, I jumped out of the jet boat to go hook up the other boat. Like, I could just jump in, and it was up to like my knee. So we weren't prepared to pull somebody out, so we had like ski ropes and stuff, and we put on ski ropes, and it broke like 3 different ski ropes trying to do this, hunkering down. And maybe video right now, I don't know. I purposely didn't post this because there's a part of this where it ripped off his metal loop on his boat, and
the bow hook.
Yeah, and it threw it back at us and hit about 6 inches away from my sister.
Oh, yeah, you got to be on it when you're hooking up to another boat and pulling
if
stuff.
she wasn't below,
right?
It literally hit the seat in front of her and skipped over her. It was going in direction of her head. If that seat wasn't there, it would have hit her.
Oh my goodness!
Be careful, yeah.
That's how we're so lucky that it was insane. But there's nothing like if we weren't there to pull him out, he wouldn't have gotten out. It was that bad of weather, so we had to take the chance. We had to.
You were aware enough to go, hey, something's wrong over there. Look around. You know,
I wasn't. Luckily, my brother-in-law saw it. Or brother, I can't
Well,
remember
someone in the group was. Yeah, but,
luckily.
it makes people look, hey, when you're out and about, look around. I was on the Yellowstone last year, floating, or on my jet boat, find a person in a Sevillor raft about the size of the table. 2 adults and a baby with no life jackets. And the Sevillor raft floor had ripped out, and they were standing on a sandbar, waving me down.
Huh. No life jackets.
No life jackets. With a baby.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
Some people.
Oh, no, it's humbling.
It's humbling is the best word. That's a good word for it.
It
That's
is.
a good word.
Because thank God, I was there, right?
Sorry about babies.
Right, no. And so, but, when you think about that, and then I put him in my boat, we picked up that boat, and it just doesn't, people don't think about it. Mm-mm. A life jacket. I wear my life jacket every time I hit the water. Every time. I don't care.
That's a good rule.
And no, I do. And I make everybody on my boat do it.
Everybody should invest in those ones that inflate up. You just pull the strap.
At the minimum. Hey, when you get to where you're going to fish, take your life jacket off.
One of those, right?
No.
You don't yet?
No.
You need to get
I'm afraid one of my buddies is going to get drunk and pull the thing. Because I think it costs like $70 when they do that.
Oh, does it?
Right, so I mean,
What a dick
if
move.
Rush had one and we had him really drunk,
No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a dick move.
Oh no,
Bound to do it.
no, someone is bound to do it. No, I'm just teasing. But no, I
The
think
low pros.
I think they're safe. But I just I don't care what kind of life jacket. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Go to Goodwill, and once in a while you'll find just cheap life jackets. You don't need much.
Oh, right.
Well, I know, but I mean, you can spend $20 on a life jacket at Walmart, or you can go and I've bought in like 6 life jackets for my drift boat at Goodwill for $2 a piece. Like you can
Hey,
find
the
them.
lady
You can
at
find them.
Family Services said if families
Goodwill's
go
amazing,
in
by
there,
the way.
they are. And the lady
Goodwill's
at Family
amazing. That's where I got
Services,
this.
she everybody knows. I love the thrift stores.
I love it, dude.
But the Family Services lady, she said, I'll give them a life jacket if they ask for it, and they say they need it for their kids.
Perfect.
And I'm like, that's awesome. If they really need
That's a
it.
good charity thing we should do is supply people with life jackets that
Oh my
like
gosh.
people that buy a jet boat should just be given a fucking life jacket. Like given 4 of them or something.
Well, you have
Something
to have
like
one
that.
for everybody who's on the boat, but make them
You
wear
have
it.
to, but people don't do it as the
Because they say, oh, it doesn't matter. But when you're boating down the river till you hit that rock and that boat comes to
That's
an
when it
abrupt halt,
matters.
oh, yeah, I needed my life jacket then. I was floating in the river,
Yeah.
upside down.
Yeah.
That's when I
Who'da
need my
thought?
life jacket. Oh, really?
Who'da thought?
Well, where was it? It was under the bench. Yep, right over there under the bench. I mean, why not wear it for a little? Why? I just don't understand. When you have to rescue someone, they're not wearing a life jacket. The people who are wearing a life jacket, they're easy to rescue.
That's a funny thing, right?
Yeah.
Most people that need saving don't have a life jacket.
Exactly. Oh, I've been boating
Funny.
forever. Yes, I've been boating 38 years, whitewater rafting. It's easy. It's beautiful. I'm out there floating along. I have my life jacket.
And you all you need is once you get past a certain age, you just need the life jacket in the boat.
Yeah.
That doesn't really help you.
No.
To a point, like maybe you could grab it real quick, but
That guy who stick the mud thing in the mud and the people all launched out of the boat, and
Yeah.
one guy was unconscious.
there's no life jacket in that situation.
No.
Yeah.
You're again.
So
it's
that's what I'm
under-
saying. Was we need? I think we should start some sort of thing where we get people life jackets that like they pull. I mean, I guess it's $70 per, but those are only dicks that are pulling them. They don't pay for it.
but no, really, they're expensive. Those
Yeah,
are
they're
expensive.
expensive,
But you could buy a $30 life jacket.
Yeah, you could.
It's got flotation. It'll give you
$50
flotation.
life jacket,
Right.
It's a nice little bucker, It's one
I'll
of
go
the good
downstairs and show you a $2 life jacket that'll blow your mind.
The orange ones?
No.
I'll show
I'll go
you
down there
a
and show you right now.
I'll show you a high float. I've worn 2 life jackets on
I
the
lost them on
Colorado
the
River
trip one day.
whitewater rafting because I wanted to be buoyant like a cork out there in case my boat
The
flips
search and
over.
rescue ones are nice.
Oh yeah, no, I have I have 2, and I wear a class 5 and a high float.
There's not much to them, too. Like they're pretty small until you pull them.
They're like, no.
Oh no, we're
I'm
not talking about
like
pull.
a
No
rafting.
pull.
Oh, there's something
Like an
different.
actual like.
Oh,
I thought
no,
you were-
whitewater
okay.
rafting
We're talking about something
jackets.
It's almost like a bulletproof vest kind of.
Right.
But it's like you got. some
Oh no,
serious
it's like where I'm wearing
flotation.
hockey pads.
Like you don't.
I think I know what
what
you're talking about now. Okay.
27 pounds of flotation. It'll make you float,
Yeah.
and that's all you need.
Yeah.
But like once you need it, then you have it.
Right. And if you don't have it on, oh my gosh.
Bye.
It's
Right.
Let's end this here. Let's move on to something different. But let's say something real quick.
Let's
okay?
go fishing.
It's really important that you stay safe on the like the Yellowstone, certain parts of the Bighorn. It's really important that you take all the precautions needed to stay safe on those rivers. They're dangerous. And if you're in something small like a drift boat, that's dangerous on most rivers. So
It is.
take precaution. Okay. I don't know if we ever got to like a changing point in your life. Like something that changed your lifestyle or who you are to be who you are today.
Oh, I think when I went to Hurricane Katrina and I walked into that event and saw how I never imagined what I would go through I was there for 6 months and 10 days. And
Please tell us more about that, if you don't mind.
well, it was, I took a few guys down from Colorado, and we were volunteers. We took our whitewater rafting equipment, and we went down and reported into the Division of Wildlife through New Orleans, or through Louisiana, up by New Orleans, and started going out and rescuing people on day 3. And so it was a eye-opening experience, and you just don't realize how bad it is when you are in situations. And what you float out, and I had a 16-foot cataract with a motor on it, and I could motor up to their house and see them. And it was an experience that you are humbled by the devastation going on, but what the outcome has to be. Yeah. What you're going to make those people want to do to get with you, to come, to go back to safety, and to make sure they're okay.
They're scared. It's a terrifying moment for them. Try to imagine being in a situation where there's just water all around you and you can't get away from your hot, your second.
You're
level
sitting
house.
On your second story of your house,
or your roof.
Right, or in your attic.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's hot out because you got in your attic because you didn't
Imagine
know.
a one-story house.
Oh, right.
The
No, then
people in
you're,
that.
then you're in your attic, and
or
then you're in
your
your roof. Right.
That's crazy.
And then once you get in your roof, then you still have to swim all the way through your house to get out. And then
how long was it from when Katrina hit to when people started really coming in there and rescuing people?
Oh, there were...
was it really fast? Or was it... Because it couldn't have been within at least a day, because there's still a storm going on, right?
Katrina was different than the recent hurricanes, because there wasn't
It happened.
It happened, and then it came, and there wasn't a militia now, a bunch of guys who are together,
ready to go.
The Louisiana guys who were there to go, and a bunch of people. Yeah. Things happened, and everybody was like, "Oh my," and then I was sitting there going, "Oh my, I need to go." I'm a search and rescue guy. I've been trained. I know how to work with people. Let's go.
You almost have an
obligation.
And
and I was fortunate because I was.
That's a great word for it.
Because some people who wanted to go couldn't go because they couldn't go donate their time to do that. Nobody paid me to go.
Great word for it. By the way.
So, and then I could go give to those people. And it was awesome.
I'm not trying to be selfish, but that's a real good way to think about it. Is
right.
I was in the position to be able to go and help them.
Yep.
And that's a selfish thing, but it's not at the same time. So.
Well, no, but if I couldn't be able to do that, then I wouldn't have been able to rescue those people. I went from Colorado. Yeah. Sandals, shorts, and a T-shirt, and they called me Captain Loco, and I'd pull up to their right, and I'd pull up to their house in a whitewater raft, and I'd say, "Hi, you want to get on my boat? I'd take you over there, and we're gonna save you." And they'd look at me, and they're like, "Well, where are you from?" "Oh, Colorado."
I floated my ass all the way down.
Floated your ass?
I said I came here to rescue you. And they would look at me.
Imagine if you could float from Colorado down.
I would love to. But
I guess you could with some certain rivers, maybe.
But honestly,
I'm saying with the flood. If the flood came so high to where you floated down.
Those low-head dams, they're easy. Let's run them now.
Ah, shit, that's funny.
No. But no, they'd look at me and they would say, and I'd talk to them and I'd be like, and the people were devastated, and they're scared. I was scared for them, I knew I was going to be okay, but they're scared to leave everything they have, and you got to talk them into that, and then you got to get them on that, vessel, and then take them back, and make sure they're going to be okay, and if they had a dog. You can't tell them no.
You know what's really interesting? I kind of just thought about this, but the footage that you got from that disaster was all footage from helicopters and people that are rescuing people. There was not any footage that I saw that was people getting rescued. So there wasn't skewed footage of people just picking the look choose them to look at. It was more, we're rescuing these people, you know. So you saw very genuine footage from that. You know, I don't know.
But,
there's a lot of skewed footage that you see nowadays.
But
of
there was
people,
nobody around to take footage.
Exactly.
There was
That's
nobody
what I'm
out
saying.
there.
Nobody was taking footage to push an agenda or push their name. It was footage.
Oh, right.
It was footage of we are here. We're all a whole. We're joining in.
All
together,
working together.
That kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's what. It was powerful. It was
Right.
powerful.
There was no video of us.
Did you hear that?
Hear
It,
what?
there was an electrical charge. I kind of I heard it. But did you not feel
Oh!
it? Because I thought it was you. I felt like a little. Oh, anyways, okay.
No, but
Maybe I got too safe earlier.
I'm not saying that.
That's it. Pause.
Right. Cha-ching.
Do you want to pause? We can pause.
No, dude.
No, but when you think about people that are devastated back then, we were there humbly to save them and work with them to help them. Mm-hmm. Not be on TV, not have a video,
exactly,
not have my GoPro behind me to go
Right.
watch them, or you know.
I didn't see any footage of that.
Oh no,
There was no selfishness with. I didn't say that word right, but with the foot, there wasn't. It was all genuine.
Right.
It was all genuine.
I met a kid
I
who
didn't
was
really think about it until
16
now,
years old.
but it hits you in the moment without even knowing it. It hits you.
Right, and people
That's why it was so powerful.
now are doing a great job for when they do a rescue of like Houston and all that, and the
We're
people
on top
go
of
in,
things. Yeah.
right, and the people are
to
there,
the point we can be.
right. But when you are put behind the 8 ball and not allowed to help your people, like in Louisiana, the government kind of ran away from them. The mayor and everybody didn't help them. They were looking for guidance, and then everybody said, well, the storm's really bad. We got to go. Oh, wait. You guys can't go because you have no way to get out. We promised you a way out, but there's no way out. Yeah. We'll see you later. We'll see how you do. And then after that, we'll come back and we'll figure it out for you.
Yeah.
Is there any more Heineken?
I'm thinking that cooler.
I'll ask. Okay. I'll ask him a question while Rush is doing that.
Uh-oh.
So-
Excellent choice. Yep, we're good.
So Katrina was a moment that really kind of that changed you.
We have some here.
Enough.
Bring the circle thing for the opener. Yes, it did. It really did, because it made me understand the true human value and the true human. It brought the best out in every human. I met every depth of human you could ever imagine. Mm-hmm. From people who wanted to rob you and cut your throat, or take a gun and scare you, or maybe perhaps want to kill you for just being there because they didn't like you there, or the people who blessed you and wanted to be a part of your, thank you.
Shut off again.
Oh, man.
That's fine.
But
No, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. No, it's a humbling experience.
It doesn't matter where you. I posted something on Facebook, and this ties in. I promise. I posted something on Facebook about this COVID-19. Mm-hmm. I kind of just thought of it randomly as I was walking through doing some stuff in my house. COVID-19. It's just proof that we're all human.
Right.
This disease, this virus, because from China to America, it got us all. We're all worried about it.
Right.
This entire world is worried about one thing right now. It just proves that we're all one.
Yep.
There's no difference between you and me and him and like all these people you met in Katrina. We're all just trying to get through every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
And when you look at someone, and I hope to see people looking at people more as one instead of, shells.
Yeah.
When you're at the store, you got to smile at people
But
and
it's
say
sad
hi.
because that's what happened with September 11th. Even people in Australia talk about September 11th as a big day.
Right.
But look how fast we got over it.
Do you remember when people walked
Like,
around
I
like
guess
zombies?
we're not completely over it, but we're not one anymore like we were the year after 9/11 happened. We're not completely one anymore.
Well, that's because
That's so sorry. The magnet.
Here, open this one too, eh?
Next level.
Next
All right.
level.
You guys talk for a second. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay. No, when you think about that, though, that's 9/11 happened and it was in a regional area. Yes, it affected all of America, but now this really affects all of America.
It's crazy how it does.
I mean, all of America. Just because,
Not
but
just all of America, all of the world.
right.
Like in my entire life, I was just making a YouTube video about this, you know, like in my entire life, I've never seen, you know, anything like this. Absolutely shut the entire world down. And I mean, in a matter of 2 weeks, 3 weeks actually. Well, call it 3 months, but like,
It could be worse,
in a
though.
matter of about three or 4 weeks, we've shut the entire world down, honestly. And it's amazing, you know.
The whole world economy. Think about that. I mean, China, the biggest, America, second biggest. Look at all the European countries being devastated because they didn't react and do things right. Hopefully that new drug that they think is for malaria. If you got the disease and I had COVID-19 and they said, well, I think it's, but we've used it for malaria, I'm going to be like, all right, well, hey, hook me up. I'm in.
Give it to me.
Great. I'll try.
Give it to me.
I'll try. I heard,
This is good, you know.
I heard it worked 40 out of 40 in one test, but that doesn't mean anything. But my buddy took it when he was in Africa when he got malaria, and so he's taken it before. So I wonder if he has COVID-19 or can get it. Who knows? But it's just so scary.
Yeah, like we were just talking about, you know, like, I think it's been here a lot longer than we think. It didn't just, I don't think it just showed up. Maybe. Like, but you never know.
But it's so intense. I mean, look at New York. They're devastated. I feel sorry for those people.
Yeah, they got it bad right now.
I'm really thankful that I live in Billings, Montana.
Montana in general.
Yes.
Or like Wyoming or Idaho.
I mean, yeah. I am. My neighbors are an acre away. And, you know, I like that. And they're all nice and we all look out for each other.
Right.
All look out for each other in the neighbor area, you know.
What else are you supposed to do?
Right.
I really haven't looked out for many people, but I mean, it is what
But
it
you're
is.
going to start. It's good. It's not going to be just today or tomorrow. Going to be a lot.
I mean, I in general kind of do, but like I've just been, you know, keeping to myself, as everyone kind of should,
Right.
to an extent.
Right. Yep. I agree.
So you never know. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I really haven't like gone out much. I've kind of made a few phone calls, but
Right.
yeah, it's better than none.
Just
Give
because
it a
you're
little
talking,
dose, you know?
just because you're talking about it now, it's all your fault.
Some of my salt in my hands. But yeah, from COVID to jet boats, I don't know.
So, we're gonna have a river challenge,
River challenge, huh?
and the river challenge is gonna be: we need to do something that you know, have to document. Oh, well, you weren't available, so I saved a little for you. Eh?
Oh, okay.
Right, we looked out for you there, training wheels.
There's even a little cup.
Uh-oh, see?
Yeah, we need more. I'll go get. Is there another one? Another Coke?
I don't know, man.
I don't think so.
Oh, that's fine. I'll grab a IPA.
You might be drinking Heineken.
I'll split that.
So, no, a river challenge, you know, we need to, anybody who wants to get educated on the river, you know, on the running a section of river through Billings and stuff
I've
like
been thinking
that.
about that for years, you know, but it, like, I would have to have, I don't know, it would take a master class almost, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
You could make a master class of it. And I've been doing that stretch, that Billings, that Hundley to Laurel stretch, literally my entire life. Since
And
I was
it's-
6 months old, there's been pictures like on that stretch. You know, I've been on that stretch my entire life.
Is this just Heineken?
Yes.
Here, let's put that in. Yeah, that'd be about perfect.
So I mean, like
Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
See?
Look at that.
Oh, here we go.
Cheers to that.
And again.
But, like you were saying, I mean, it takes an eye to read the river. I'm very confident. You've been with me in handful of times. It's just like, I'm pretty confident, but at the same time, like, it doesn't take much to rock your confidence.
I've been with.
So, I mean, there's a fine line, and you got to know that line,
Right.
and you got to play that line very, very gently. So,
And I appreciate the people that don't go if they don't know.
well, and there's a bunch of people that like go out and buy an
Don't try
$80,000
things that you
jet
don't.
boat,
You're right.
and then you immediately run it onto a rock.
Yes.
And they never. Go
Or they're
Right.
stuck in the middle of the
slow.
sandbar.
When you buy a jet boat or anything on the river, go slow. Go slow.
Wait.
Don't.
Sometimes it's tough to go slow.
No, I get that. But
Come on, wait
you
a
can
second.
make the decision beforehand to not be on that river.
Well,
Wait.
You can make that decision.
You have a dory out there. We have jet boat. No, I'm just
No, I get
teasing.
it. But you could go on. You could go at just below 3 Mile Bighorn, and the jet boat portion of that is not hard.
But a good way to do that is float the river first. Like
Yes.
float in an inner tube. Or
Exactly. Go slow.
in a craft that you can go slow.
You need to know the river
So
before you go on the
when
river.
you go in the rapids, if you go upriver in your jet boat and you go slow, you read the,
Upriver, yeah, you can definitely do
and
that.
you read it going upriver, and you can make it if you hit and you're going slow and you hit, you're not going 35 or 40, you're going 5 or 7. And then you can
and
navigate.
you don't need to turn around to make a correction.
Right, you can hit and see, oh, it's not deep enough, and then kind of back off and come off. But that guy who's going 35, 40, 28, you're still going,
Downriver.
Well, if you've decided to go downriver, you run the risk
go.
of,
You
you
gotta
got to
go.
go. Because if you don't make it, you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
You've already
no
committed.
turning around in those fingers that go down into the channel off
So
of,
if you want to explore something new, go upriver.
Right. And then if you have to float back,
Always go
if you go upriver and you have to float back, the motor breaks, something happens,
happened to
you
me.
can do it, right?
Yep. Just hug that one side that the boat ramps on, and
I
you're
blew
fine.
my
Yeah.
entire lower unit while I was going.
Always have a backup oar too,
Yeah.
because you
Oh no.
might
I made
need
my
an oar.
first lower
Have
unit
two.
purchase.
Because let me tell you, when
I
you're
said one just
No.
because it's 2. Bring 2.
no, I have two.
2.
All my buddies have two.
At Goodwill the other day, I found an extra oar. I bought it.
When I bought my
I
first
fucking
lower
bought
unit
it.
from Riders, I was the only one to ever actually purchase one.
Really?
Like 28 years of service.
What?
My first one, I actually bought 2 because the one, fuck.
You're kidding me.
They had never ordered one before. Like actually ordered one into the store before.
You're kidding me.
Mine exploded. It was crazy.
So no.
But they'd never ordered a lower unit for a jet.
Oh my gosh,
I was like, that's pretty crazy.
that is crazy.
20 what years?
28 years of service, maybe longer than that. Riders boat service.
Wow.
The only one they'd ever ordered. Maybe it was for just my Mercury. Could have been.
Right.
But still, I mean, they were like
okay.
very shocked and surprised
see
that
that.
a lower unit had exploded.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, "What'd you hit?" And I'm like, "Literally, just exploded."
It's really loud.
We think somebody.
My roommate's about to come in, so we're gonna have to explain what's going on right now.
We think somebody took a ball peen hammer and like hit the lower unit
What?
and then caused a crack. Because I was going middle of the river and all of a sudden engine started just shaking rapidly. And I was like, "What's going on?" Like, I thought it was like tangled. Like the lower unit had just exploded and it was just losing pressure. The engine was just. And I ended up making it back. But yeah, always go upstream. Always go up.
Always go up.
Yes.
Unless you're very confident in your lower unit stuff.
Oh
Bubba, how you doing, man?
Good, how you guys doing?
We have about 30 more minutes. What do you guys think?
We can talk for hours, bud.
We could talk for a long time. We're having a good time.
Good.
Having a good time.
My
You can-
driveline cable.
You could sit in if you want.
The lower
We're
unit
just gonna
once
continue
itself,
talking though.
too.
Cool.
And that lost all like forward power. I was going in a backwards counterclockwise circle because the boot had jettisoned off, and it was just the nozzle shooting, and I was like, "What is going on here?"
Right.
Just because the screw had popped off the drive cable that holds the boot on,
Oh right.
but I was upstream and I ended up just floating back.
Floating right back upstream.
It was crazy, but I mean, everything that's ever happened bad has always happened upstream. Thank God.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're downstream, you have to get onto the bank immediately and then you have to figure out what to do from there.
Gotta be
So
good,
just
you gotta be
just
lucky.
go upstream. Just go upstream. Unless you know what you're doing. Unless you know what you're doing.
Unless you could call somebody to pick
Yes.
up your
Unless you have a
trailer and
backup
truck
plan.
to go to the next takeout and meet you down there. But if you're in East Bridge and you still have the Huntley Bridge or Huntley diversion to go
Right.
through,
So you could just decide to put in at a spot where you have to go upstream to get
upstream. You betcha.
You might have to travel further, but you will be upstream from where your truck
Granted,
is.
Right.
for you to actually, I mean, for the chance scenario for someone to break down just above the dam with no paddle, and then have like no way to get. I mean, that's a very rare.
Super
But like, usually,
I've heard about it twice at the East Bridge put-in. Guys down in Huntley. I ran it. The motor died. I was down there checking it out. The motor died. And I'm like, really? What happened? Oh, we just floated over it.
I've heard. Yeah,
Yeah. I've
right
heard
over,
of
right over the dam.
Yes.
you just gotta. I mean, point your nose down.
They were
Sure.
lucky. No, they had the grace on them that day.
yeah.
You know, everybody goes over that. You have the grace. I want to run it one day consciously and, run it. But,
During during
that'll
high
be
water,
the
you
day that you endo and you're that guy who endos and takes the whole front of your boat
This
in.
is not advised.
Right. But, I mean, it would be scary, but it'd be
KAMPwild and
super
Rush
fun.
Voorhis do not support this.
The only time you do it is during high.
Don't encourage this.
Though.
No, high water or look at it at low water, know what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously 36,000, when that water was that high, those waves were huge. They will devastate your boat. They will crush that aluminum
If you're turned the wrong way.
the wrong way, or you take that big wave and the front and it comes over, all that water weight, it's huge, thousands of gallons or hundreds of gallons crushing down on the front of your boat. I mean, it can ruin the front of your boat. It can really screw you up.
Destroy steering wheels. You can fold that thing.
Right, or fold the glass in on some people and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, you got to
dangerous.
be really careful. You run into a whitewater raft,
Happen like that.
your boat kind of plunges through the rapids and you keep going. You're not battling it, and then you stop and you got all that weight behind you with the motor and everything. It's a car crash.
Yeah, it is. You,
I
you
would
guys
want-
mind moving on to the next thing?
And
Voluntarily.
what are we going to do next?
Yeah, that's
What
good.
were you saying though?
I said I wouldn't want to voluntarily just take her on with the 16-foot Hughes, She's an 87, baby. She starts to
Voluntarily.
She'll flex at Fort Peck in like 4-foot swells, the middle of it starts to float.
She
Yeah,
flex
yeah,
it 4 foot swells. So 6 foot on the river.
Yeah, no, she,
I stuffed my buddy in one of the little holes,
Yeah,
and
you
it
did.
was the best time ever. So he's
Jamie is amazing. I
Yes.
love that guy.
So
Jamie's
he's looking at the little window, and I stuff it in the hole, and the wave came over. Fortunately, missed me, comes right over, and takes him 100% on.
just floats through it.
Yep,
I
I
love
dead drifted, turned the motor off. Oh, I think something's wrong. And then I go, we're going to run this rapid. Hang on. And he hangs on. And and Jamie's the best guy ever. So it got
I think you
and then he screamed like
know,
a
Jamie,
schoolgirl. Woo! Woo! He was screaming.
There's some good rapids here in town.
Oh, no, they're
The-
really fun.
If you've ever jet boated anywhere else in the world, and
We're,
you had a chance to jet boat.
real quick. We are in Billings, Montana. For anybody that doesn't know
On the
where we're at,
Yellowstone
we're-
River.
We're in Billings, Montana, Yellowstone River. We're talking about locations roughly around here.
The amount of things you can actually like boat and do on the Yellowstone is like you get all the options. You get shallow water, you get deep water, you get rapids, ripples. I mean, you get the whole 9
Heineken.
yards on the Yellowstone. You get narrow,
No,
you
you
get
do.
large, you get everything. You get
Oh.
clear, you get dirty. It's
It's a big
you see
river.
everything for sure. You see everything.
When it's high water, it's amazing. I mean, and you totally got to respect it.
Oh yeah.
And one thing that we're going to go through is water safety, and
Please.
dams,
There's a few, like,
know?
Rush, you're amazing on the water. But there's a few spots where I'm like, fuck, I'm at the mercy. Like, the first time I'm out with you, I was like, I'm
sure
at the
Jacob
mercy
does
of
that.
Rush. If he doesn't do this right, I'm fucked.
What about
But
the
but he
bridges?
did, obviously.
You know?
But there is. We're literally just outside of the city.
Right.
We're not even a mile away from the city border, and we're going over rapids where if he does it wrong,
Right.
we could tip that boat.
And then swamp it. Now
Yeah.
you got thousands of gallons of water in it,
Yes.
and
I
your
mean, we're right
pump's
by the
not-
city, but that's my point. Is
got a
we're like
serious
right
issue
there.
at that
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
If
You
that
need to know
bilge
what you're
pump's
doing.
not
You
working,
need to
you're
do
in
what you're
trouble.
doing.
And if you don't have two of them to pump that water out real quick, you know, you're thinking
Or
twice.
just like you were saying, you know, if you drop your impeller, you know, when you're in the wrong spot, like you got to be able to know what is going on
Right.
and then how to fix that. Just because in general, that's not a big issue for someone who knows kind of what's going on.
Now, can you
But if you don't know what you're doing.
can you explain? Like, you guys do this all the time. You
Yeah.
want to
Today.
do this. You wake up and want to go do something so
tomorrow.
dangerous. Tell people why you would want to go do something so dangerous like this.
Well, it's not even that
It
dangerous.
is
to
dangerous,
us, you know?
dude. Shut up.
That's the thing. It's not.
No.
To me,
No.
it's not dangerous.
Let's be
That's-
clear. Somebody that's going out and buying a jet boat tomorrow, it's dangerous.
Oh,
I
Do you want to
respect
explain the
it.
difference, or do you want me to explain the difference?
Well, okay, go for it.
Please.
The difference between someone who's buying a jet boat for the first time, I mean, I talk to these people a lot, you know, like, oh, dude, like, I should buy a jet boat, and it's like, that's great. It's a versatile piece of aluminum, you know. I mean, you can do a lot of things with it, but like at the same time, you know, you can get that piece of equipment into a very icky situation.
Very quick.
So absurdly quick. It's
As
not even
quick
funny.
as like one snap.
it
Like,
goes from-
it goes quick.
Very fun and expensive
Yes.
to like very destructive
But
and deadly.
but that's the
quick.
thing is how fun.
And like just like
It
I was-
has to be
you know,
so much fun that outweighs that dangerous 1 second
well,
that
like,
could happen.
The reason that I say
It's not 1 second because that 1 second can end up being a very it could end up in your death. You could die by making the wrong decision in that 1 second. You could do that.
Yes. And that's why I say it's not that dangerous.
You could do that with having a drift boat. By just drifting down the
Here's the
river.
thing.
You can
Here's
do
the
that.
difference. Here's the difference. Like the golden difference, in my opinion. Like in my opinion, as someone who's been doing this for a long time, the golden difference. It's the captain driving the boat.
100%.
Like the amount of blind faith that I have, I guess you could say, is like very high. But
You've
if
experienced
your-
it a
If
lot.
your captain is like an inexperienced person who doesn't know what they're doing, well then yeah, you could be in an icky spot. But I just have a lot of confidence. I've been doing it my entire life. Like my danger level personally for me is like very low. It's like you walking out your back door. That's how much confidence I have in putting my jet
That's
boat
why I like
at
going with
East
you.
Bridge
Yeah.
and then going up or down the river, and then the confidence in my gear to get me down and then to get me back. Like I just have an absurd amount of absolute blind faith and confidence in me and myself and everything that I'm doing to do and go where I desire.
Dude, I know what video I'm putting up right now as you're talking. Just
The
like-
average person who just doesn't have any of that, like it's scary, it's intimidating, and it's just a lot to handle. You know, to even put your boat in, that's a lot. You know,
Oh, putting your boat and taking
So-
your boat out
you know.
can be one of the hardest part of being on the
And
river.
then here's the best
Oh,
part:
no,
actually
yeah.
going full pin and making it fucking rain. That's the scariest part. You know, and a lot of people just no.
I guess I've never been behind the
No,
boat because I.
no.
So
okay,
when
I
you're
can
in
see
one of
that.
those
I
big
can see
V8
that.
boats
Yeah,
and
for
you
sure.
give it everything it's got, and you're going, I don't even know how fast those boats go because I run an outboard and mine's once right,
Outboard for life.
and I
But
love
they're
my
probably,
outboard.
maxing out at 35 on the river?
How about
40? 50?
Maybe.
Because I
In
know
those big jet boats?
on perfect water on a lake.
Those imports.
Yeah,
On a lake, I mean, we're talking like fast ski boats. They're touching. Yeah, your jet boats probably have a little bit more horsepower, though, huh?
no, but
So no.
oh no,
Their whole shot's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, but their top end is not good.
A ski boat or a jet boat?
Jet boats.
Jet
Ski
boats.
boats have like their top end.
Top end's a lot,
right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they're props in the water.
They don't need to get up as fast. They're slowly pulling
Just
somebody
their
out of the
whole
water.
propulsion system
Yeah.
is geared towards top end.
Right.
So I'm used to
jet
ski
boat.
boats, and roughly around 45 is a top number for us, and we're
Yeah.
talking perfect water, full throttle, 45, and that's fast.
Cody was
So you're
crazy.
saying 50 for a jet boat?
Oh, those V8s. Can go
Are you
50.
going downstream or upstream with that 50? Because downstream I can kind of see that.
I'm assuming. I don't know in the big V8s. In my V6, that's Johnson 175 on a 16-foot Hughes craft. With 2 people in it, we're going 35.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
30,
really,
35, makes
maybe
a lot
40.
Of sense.
With that motor.
But you can get the 50? Is that what you were saying?
Oh, some of those motors. Oh, if we.
Oh no, for sure. If you were
in the V8s, you bet.
Yeah, no.
So you're going 50.
But
with what you guys got, you're going 50?
My boat will never
Oh,
go 40
no.
miles an hour.
Okay.
Mine will go 35, 40.
40, most like my dad has a
See that,
16
for
foot
sure.
fuse with a 150 Johnson. He plays around 40 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like his throttle allows him to play around 40.
Mm-hmm.
I get to play at a 16 foot Hughes Craft with 115 horse. I get to play around 30. I'm playing in that 27 to 32 range, depending on if I'm going up or down.
And that's fast enough.
Oh, and
Did this
once-
die?
Once
I think it's
your boat is performing correctly, that's what you need to be at.
Right.
Whatever your boat is performing at
With
correctly.
2 people in it or 4 people, it's a whole different story
Yeah.
too. From one, from you and I, or
From
like
you
today.
and a tank of gas to 4 people, gear, full tank of gas.
Oh, right.
All of a sudden, you're not performing. You're not getting out of the hole. You're not doing much.
My SD card's full.
Oh, tired
Did
it
you
up.
use my other SD card?
He did. It's in that
You did.
camera.
Okay, that's fine. This one's done. So.
Okay, tired.
Yeah, we're about done here. Let's finish up.
But yeah, no. I mean,
Lava.
you can talk jet
River.
boats all day, man. But yeah,
We can definitely talk jet
The
boats all day.
Yellowstone is a great place to learn about life, to learn about people, to learn about nature. The Yellowstone is a place of mystery, wisdom, and absolute gloriousness, all mixed into one.
Right.
So it's just some place that everyone needs to go and experience. Walk around it, float down it if you can. Find your group of friends.
Put your toes in
There's a
it
float in Billings, Montana. There's the boat float.
every Friday.
Every Friday.
Those people are awesome.
They're great.
They're
I've never really met
awesome.
them much, but I've talked to them before.
How do you get in touch with them? How do you?
Through
What do you do?
through
That's on Facebook. Somewhere.
the
It's called
boat
the
float
boat float on Facebook.
through
Cool.
the rafting store,
It's not hard to find. If you're looking for them, you can find them.
and
Cool.
we'll find out more. And look forward to see them on the river, as everybody else on
If
the
you have
river.
Heathcraft, get out there too.
We're not quite done.
Heathcraft Ride.
I feel like you guys are winding down. We're not done.
Okay.
GoPro's done. We're not done.
Oh, sorry. You said
We're almost done.
no. It's
We're
okay.
almost done. I wanted to talk to you guys about your hunting and fishing background. When you guys were growing up, what was your hunting and fishing background? Did you do much of that? Rush, let's start with you. Let's say before
Covered a lot of
18.
that.
Before 18.
I mean, yeah, like I spent the majority of my life in the Yellowstone.
Just on the Yellowstone fishing? Yeah.
Pretty much in the
What about
Billings,
hunting?
Laurel.
What about hunting?
Well, in the hunting department, my dad owned a pheasant preserve. So I
shit.
did a lot of upland bird game.
That is so much fun.
Upland bird game hunting.
With dogs?
Yep. Pheasants, golden retrievers,
Your
Yeah.
dad have dogs? Or?
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
trained golden
Got it.
retrievers.
Yeah.
He ran a pheasant preserve, sporting clays. So I've handled a shotgun a lot. And along that came with a chance to be on the Yellowstone in a Hughes Craft for, I mean, literally my entire life. I've been on the Yellowstone in a specific Hughes Craft. So, and then, just duck hunting. Yeah, my dad owned the Spotted Ass Ranch, one of the first dudes who brings paintball and sporting clays to like this whole region.
Really?
Yep.
Paintball and sporting
Paintball
clays?
and sporting clays, yep.
Really?
Paintball.
Yeah, no, that's what got me too.
What are we gonna shoot? Oh, paintball.
Paintball.
Like,
The game paintball.
The game paintball.
The
Like
actual-
we're gonna go shoot each other with the
actual
paintball
The
gun.
actual
Can we
guns,
do
yeah.
that?
My dad
Let's
was
do
one of the
this.
First to actually bring it to the
Yeah?
whole side of the state.
yeah, I think we're on.
Does
Let's do
he?
this.
Does he have guns?
Used to.
No, what used to or still does is two different things.
No, he doesn't have any guns. He's all about it. But
He has a point.
I have a few guns.
Oh, I
How
see.
many? 3 at least?
I have 3, I think, yeah.
We got this
Oh,
going!
dude.
Yeah, 4, I think.
Okay, because Jamie's in.
Jamie!
And he's on my team.
We gotta get Jamie on this video.
Right.
I've been
Because
thinking-
I'm hiding behind him.
I want to do a paintball video.
Let's do
He's
it.
like,
let's
do it.
I'm damn good at banging.
Oh no, not as good as I am.
I will click clack. I got a little machine gun.
He's got a machine gun.
All right. We're almost done here, so we gotta focus.
PSP
focus.
fit-
Hunting and
fit
fishing
ball.
background. What do you got going before you were 18? I want to know what you were
just to
doing.
clarify, I didn't do much hunting.
What about your big game hunting?
game
Sorry,
hunting.
one second. Big game hunting.
I've shot mule deer. I prefer to let the mule deer trot along because you gotta skin the son bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like killing a mule deer.
It's a lot of work.
A third the work is
You gotta be
getting the
dedicated.
deer.
And I think Joe
And
Rogan's
then
talking about this a lot. You know,
Yes,
you
he
have
has.
to be dedicated. You have to be willing to take an actual life. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be a little more dedicated than being like, I don't.
So
wanna
let's
do anything.
let's say something real quick.
But I will catch a bass right in the snoot.
Yeah, right?
now. Then I will flay that.
As
son
hunters,
So
as fishermen, I guarantee we've been in the situation where we've shot deer and we haven't shot deer, right? And we've caught fish and we haven't caught fish, right? But I'd say that the majority of shooting a deer, like you've shot 5 deer, let's say, in your life. I've probably not shot 300 deer.
Right.
You know what I mean? But fishing, I'll go out and hit that fucking bait 300 times to catch that fish, you know?
Right. I'll beat that bait all day long.
Right.
12 miles.
So there's that
Wore that
thing
out.
that people have a really bad taste in their mouth with hunters. But in reality, hunters are the ones that are out there protecting what we have. If it wasn't for conservation, if it wasn't for hunters, we wouldn't have the elk. We wouldn't have the turkeys or the bighorn sheep or the grizzly bears or the wolves that we do.
this is a big conversation up in New York. You know, like when I went to go do the fly fishing with Douglas, they pretty much own the Salmon River. Not they don't own, but like the Barclays they pretty much redid the river and the entire ecosystem. They built a hatchery. They did a whole bunch of things there that reclaimed the area for recreation and sport and camaraderie. And it's amazing to see, coming from Montana, you know, like this was the discussion there, you know, like to see conservation on a whole work so amazing in New York, and then coming from Montana where like we base our lifestyle around conservation. Like I've grown up around conservation.
Yep.
And then to see a state like New York to have a waterway completely destroyed. Lake Ontario was a cesspool. Like nothing lived there. And then they reclaimed the whole thing and made it a world-class recreation facility. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what conservation does.
Try to hit the table. You're fine.
And it's like conservation works. Mm-hmm. Like, and it actively works.
You can't argue the fact that conservation
it's
works.
An amazing
You
it's
can't.
an amazing thing.
You can't.
You
can't
right.
argue it.
No, I 1,000% agree.
The turkeys almost went extinct. Wolves almost went extinct.
Right.
And conservation brought them both.
And you're
elk almost went extinct. People don't realize
many-
that elk are everywhere right now, but they almost went extinct.
How many trips
brought them
have you
back.
been out on and there's that shot across the valley and you didn't take it?
Yeah.
Or, God,
So many times.
Right, and you're like,
Because you
I can
want
make
to
that.
watch them more than you want to kill them.
Right.
But you spend all this money on gas and food and tags and you know what
And
I mean?
then now it's that
renting
opportunity.
Airbnbs nowadays, that kind of
Right.
stuff, and you don't take the shot, and it's still a success.
Oh, yeah.
It's still a success.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've seen.
I love it. I love hunting. Hunting is gonna follow me until I die.
Oh, and it should.
Even if I'm not hunting, there's a part of me that is hunting. You know,
But the
it's
best-
a weird thing.
but
It's a
I
weird
see
thing.
the best
and you
part
don't know
about
it
it-
until you do it.
Right. And then when you do it, and then when you get to enjoy the benefit of the animal, and with other people, spread it along like
Chose.
it's right.
chose
When
to
somebody
do that
gives you that meat from their animal,
Oh, that's a big
and
one too.
you're right,
That's cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's
share it
cool.
with you. Oh, here's a, whatever that is.
They spent the
from
time
my
to do
deer,
it, yeah.
or I made sausage from my deer. I'm like, really? Oh my gosh, awesome!
It tastes so good.
Right?
It always tastes
Oh my gosh!
You
And
feel
it's-
their effort.
Exactly. And
Or
you
feel
feel
lack
the
of
love.
effort.
Right?
The lack
Yeah, on your
You're like,
part.
Cheers to that. No, I'm
This
Right?
is weird.
No honesty.
Cheers to
Right?
just-
That's funny.
You didn't do
All right,
that,
we should probably close
He's
this
not
up.
dragging
What do
it
you
for
guys
300 yards.
think? This has
That's
been
it.
going for an hour and 45 minutes, by the way.
Awesome.
Also, if you shit that meal
Shit-
deer up in that
shit
coat,
goes
you gotta
quick.
drag it out, you know?
Right?
So I want to just quickly. I think we hit most of the things I want to talk about. Your childhoods. I want to talk about Sebastian. I want to talk about the quick COVID-19 and your jet boats and hunting and fishing. Let's quickly do a goals for the future. What are you doing? Goals for the future with your channel, with you as a person. What are you doing?
You know?
You're next, by the way.
I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, I really don't have any solid, set in stone goals. I mean, I have a plan, kind of. That's
Plans,
just
whatever you want to talk about.
Put the camera up and start pressing play. You know, whoever need like, I don't know, just go out there and create fun stuff. I'm a content creator. You know.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird title, but like that's what I do. You know, like I like, for instance,
Content's content.
With Jay, for instance, let's say you have I am a storyteller, right? I tell stories, you know, and anyone who needs a platform to tell a story on, that's kind of like where I come in, you know, and that's my direction, you know. If someone needs a story told, well, let's tell a story,
Yeah.
you know, however you want to do it, let's do it. Like and that's
Anywhere.
what I do, you know.
Doesn't matter.
So that's where my direction is, you know. I'm headed to tell stories.
It's awesome.
Love
Whether
it.
it's my own story or anyone else's.
I love it.
I'm headed to tell some
If
stories.
it wasn't for you, man, I wouldn't be sitting right here.
Nice.
Like maybe the house, but I wouldn't be sitting right here doing what
Yeah.
we're doing right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I love
Nice.
it. I love you. I love you. I've known you for a long
Yeah,
time,
dude.
and we're just getting to know each other.
Yeah,
but
man.
I love you too.
Hey, got
You
luck.
too, man.
And what's your
Papa.
plans and goals for the future? What are you looking towards?
You know, if we could educate people and show them a little bit about what we get to see, the nature.
Hold on. Give that 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Camera's not
There
agreeing
it
with
is.
us. It's not
That's
agreeing
funny.
with us, people. Give
Right.
us a second.
Easy. No, really. But
Audio's still going, so you're fine.
life's
Go
too
ahead.
short to, not go out and experience stuff. Show people what it's like out there. An osprey. Seeing the ospreys, the bald
Oh,
eagles, the
man.
golden eagles.
How many eagles and hawks are out right now?
Oh, my God.
They're going
And
gangbusters.
they're getting fish. The fish are plentiful in the
And
river.
rodents,
Right.
and snakes, like
Everything is
They're so
moving. It's
healthy.
warming up. You
Yeah.
betcha.
they're so healthy.
I mean, I saw like,
I don't know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is that a topic for another podcast?
oh, you betcha. I mean, the
Should I write that
health,
down? I should
the
write that
health
down.
of the river is up right now. You know, the high water hurt the river really bad.
Mm-hmm,
And then, the fishing was horrible last year in the river. For me, it
Do you have
was.
any more memory cards?
I have a 4 gig and a 2 gig. That's all I got,
Give me
bro.
one of them.
Yeah, 1 second. Keep talking about that. 1 second.
But seeing the health of the river come back this year already. I mean, we haven't had high water yet, but the fishing is good.
4 gig.
The
1 second. 1 second.
Well, we do whatever you can.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right.
the just showing people what it is right out our back door.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that means there are more people out there,
Literally outer. The Yellowstone River is in Billings city limits, isn't it? Technically,
Through-
like a
I
portion
think
of
so.
it.
well, and that new park is going to be out
Right.
there at the Colson Park.
That is backdoor.
Right, back door, 15 minutes.
You got Columbus. You have Billings. You have Missoula. All these cities, all these towns that are along this river that is plentiful.
Oh,
Like, go out and experience it.
It-
Just go up to a fishing access and throw a spinner
right. No, just
Just-
or a worm.
or a worm.
Right.
Yeah. Like, You'll have fun.
You're gonna catch something.
Get a hold of us. We'll help you. We'll tell you where to go.
If you see us on the river, say hi.
Yes, that too. Like
we're here.
they met each other on the river.
We're there to help you.
It's
We're there
hilarious
to,
how things work. But yes, you just have to
Everybody
be.
on-
What were you saying? The touch.
Right.
What's the touch?
You just, being in Montana, you have the touch of the river, of the sense of being in, one on the river. You're out there with Mother Nature. Mm-hmm. We get that chance to touch Mother Nature. We get the chance to feel what it's about. Safely though.
Mm-hmm. Right. Safely is a big thing.
Right.
Safely. One second. Rush, do we need another camera?
Oh.
Do we have actual footage going right now or not? I can put my phone up. Safely. I want to keep going though because that's awesome. We're good? Okay. Because I want to keep the video going for people that are watching the video portion of this. I'm sorry if there was a little portion in there that was skipped. I'm sorry. Go look at the audio version of this. It'll be out. Safely though, yes. It's a powerful thing. You can't sit at home all the time and expect big things to happen. You need to put yourself out there in maybe dangerous situations, right?
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
If you practice, you're gonna be all right. Keep trying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep trying.
No, that's another big thing too. Gosh, how many instances in your life have you had where it was like, dude, I'm so done. I'm so ready. I'm just so done.
Can't count.
But there's been like a couple in my life where I'm like, I'm so done.
I'm sorry, but
like,
I can't count.
I'm ready to get over this hurdle, and whatever it's gonna I'm getting over this hurdle. There's been a couple instances. I don't know how you've had so many, but I've had.
There's a podcast.
We'll talk about that later.
A few more Heinekens, we'd really be talking about.
I've had a different childhood.
Oh my
I've had a different
and then
childhood.
It's you got to get over that.
I'm not making excuses,
And,
but I've had fun times.
YouTube editing, there's been a couple times where it's I'm just not doing this. I'm doing something else,
Yeah.
But either you want to and you do, or you don't, and you never look down that path ever again.
Right.
Like that's the choice you get to make and the decision you get.
When you turn that corner and you're rowing your boat and you're looking at that rapid in front of you and you're going, whew, well, there's no taking out. There's no
you can't
go
go
back.
can't go back.
You got to keep rowing and just move forward and keep going. You can't quit. There's no quit.
And that's a thought that maybe I can count. But there's been a lot of points in my life where I'm like, oh man, I wish I just wasn't here. Maybe, I guess.
No, I'm talking about life and death.
I get what you're saying now. Now that I can think about it, maybe 4 or 5 where I'm like, man,
I'm breaking on the inside.
If
I'm
I wasn't,
yet, but I'm breaking.
If I wasn't raised the way I was, I might break right now.
Not even that, bro. I mean, there's a lot of strong people out there, but if you put them in a spot where it's oh man, where you can really see someone's inner will, you can just tell they're either gonna
right, but that comes from somewhere. You don't just get that in that day. That's years and years and years of
get just tested though,
of build up,
really tested.
You're right.
Actually tested,
and that may be a problem.
But when you're in that situation,
people need to be tested.
But when you're in that situation on the river, that guy, you have to throw the rope to save that guy. And you make that throw, and you can have that ability to do it, and you're scared as hell, making that throw to that person who's floating down the river, and you make the throw with your throw bag, and you correctly save them. When you do that, and you're there, there's nothing better.
No,
because you've practiced.
There's nothing better.
You've practiced a few times. You've known. You've seen it. Okay, I know it can be done. I know, that person who's not real confident, but you did it, and hey, you're the buddy of the buddy who has that raft. You're the friend. Oh, sorry.
This catches everything.
You're the friend of the friend who went with that guy. and now you're making that, to help somebody else.
Along to go with that is situational awareness and presence of mind.
Yes.
Like to know when to sit down
touch.
and not do anything, or when to get up and actually act. You have to be. You have to have a little bit of situational awareness amongst you, but at the same time, those people, I guess, as you could probably attest, there's some idiots in the river, but there's also some absolute heroes and saviors.
Oh, yeah.
Lurking slowly, swiftly behind you, not even knowing that they're like. There's some absolute heroes out there that will jump into action.
And heroes aren't people. It's in the moment.
Well, just like me, for instance, having someone there.
Anybody could be a hero.
Having someone around.
That same idiot could be a hero if they made the right decision in the right.
I had a buddy flip his boat on the river, and we had him pulled over on the side of the river trying to get him over. 2 other boats stopped, and 6 people got out and helped us flip it over.
Yeah.
I mean, just they were jet boating up the river. He, his boat got swamped and
Luckily,
over.
in a spot to where you can just flip it and
Well,
continue.
Right.
Here's the thing with jet boaters in general: you got to be another level to get up your ass on the river and run around it. Like you got to be another level of like a boater, like
extreme.
You got a boat to get on the river and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be able to boat. And
Can't be the guy who's on the lake.
Yeah, it's a different story. Like the
jet boat on a lake.
It's not the same.
How come those waves have rocks behind them?
But yeah, no, it's a different level of boating and just like overall awareness. 100%. It's just a different level.
I agree.
And you can almost count on another jet boater to be like competent of what's going on.
Yeah.
Yep. Point it out for you. Hey, look out.
Yeah. It's like seeing another fly fisher over a spinning dude. It's like we're the same. Like, I'll swing with you guys.
Not a lot of fly fishermen will think that same thing, though. By the way,
You're right.
While they're catching
fly fishermen are their own person.
I've offended them by catching their fish fly fishing.
Yes.
Right, and then
Like, this is a fly fishing area. Why are you spinner fishing?
Oh no, I wasn't a fly fishing, and
I've heard that.
Right.
Yeah. Let's. I think our cameras are going. So
we
I
gotta
don't know.
stop.
I don't know what we are for video,
That's
but our
exactly
audio's
right.
still going. Let's just do some concluders and end this. What do you think?
Excellent.
Who wants to go first? Rush?
Rush.
All right.
Rush?
I'll
You go
close
first.
it out.
How do we contact you, Rush?
I'm gonna close
What do you want to say for the final thing?
How do you contact me? Well, you can contact me at rushforce@gmail.com, rushforceproductions
Slow down,
at
bro.
gmail.com.
Slow down. Say that again. Slow down.
You can contact me at rushvorce@gmail.com. You can contact me at rushvorceproductions@gmail.com. You can look me up on YouTube, Rushforce Outdoors. You can Google me. I'm pretty much on every social platform: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm pretty available. Look for Rush. You're going to find Rush. Every time, if not every third time.
I was waiting for it.
And like I said, we have lots of weekly content on YouTube specifically. That's our main platform, and we just go out there and try and have fun with it. So, yeah, if you want to find out some more information, I'm sure that somewhere in this podcast there's going to be a link.
It'll pop up
a
over
tag.
there.
There could be a
No, it's over here.
over here, over there, whatever.
It's
right.
in both those spots.
It's right there. Right there.
Yeah, I'm not very hard to find.
Yeah.
Look for me and you'll find
And
me.
we'll put it this way. I'm sure there's gonna be another video where you can find the same information. We're gonna do some more collabs for sure.
Most likely, yeah.
So
Most likely.
Rush
Tomorrow.
Voorhis, follow him. It's well worth the time.
I think that camera's off.
Is it off? Is that off?
Yeah, that's off.
Well, it doesn't matter where I
This is
look
still on.
anymore. Doesn't matter. I can look at you and
Right.
do this.
No, I didn't.
I need something to look at, Jay.
Right. I know.
Jay, tell us how we contact you.
Nichols K9.com, Northern Heights 406 at gmail.com, or on the river. You'll see us.
We'll have videos.
Yes.
Well, you'll be featured.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll have some videos coming really soon because the river's running great.
Yeah, we got a few good ideas too. I like where we're going with that masterclass. I
Should we-
seriously want to do masterclass.
Oh, yeah.
Like I will lead the charge in the match class. I'm not even joking.
I'm all in. Just educating one person to make it, safer for them. That's all it's about.
Exactly.
One person at a time.
Yep.
And then they pass it on. That's the best
Safety
thing.
first.
Right.
Safety first.
It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. But a couple little tips go so far.
Right.
And like a little bit of common sense, just.
When you see it happen in real time, and then you get to see it when it's, and then you're there when it's happening.
You did it correctly. You passed it, and you went, wow.
Well, and
I heard that from earlier.
Right.
I was like, wow,
That's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
That's cool. That's cool.
Realizing a situation might happen.
It might save your life.
Yeah, just like situational awareness.
Don't get screwed up.
Jake, what's the last thing you want to say here, man?
Live life all in and be safe. That's all we can do. Yep.
Hang loose by Rush over here.
Right? Yep. No, let's have fun.
All right. Rush Voorhis Outdoors. We got Jay and Sebastian.
Yep.
You got his contact information. KAMPwild over here. I think we're going to end it here, guys.
Let's
What do
go
you think?
fishing.
Yeah.
Let's go
Tomorrow.
with
Yeah.
that one.
All right.
I'm on
Love
the
you guys.
river. Yeah,
Have a good
man,
one.
be good.
Thanks, guys. All right.
Be good, be smart, be fly.